Let's go. Hey, hola mi gente. It's your man, the Afro-Rican, Orlando Crespo. Guess what, y'all? Giving you the rice and beans, know what I mean? What up, Slime?
Hey. What's happening? It's your boy, Colin Park Sean. Here with a little paint where it ain't. A little seasoning with some reasoning. Got my homeboy back up in here.
Yes, sir.
He been up in here before.
Yep.
If you ain't seen him, you need to find him. Cause he got that work phone. Tell the people who you is.
Hey, what up, though? It's your boy Myzho in the building, Michael Goggans.
Yeah.
Glad to be here once again.
Yeah, it's working.
Just making sure.
Yeah, you working, bro. You working.
Handle your business.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about today.
First of all, I want to welcome my brother back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Glad you're here, bro. I requested you for this one.
Hey, I appreciate it.
I requested you for this one.
And
Yes.
you know what? While I'm doing public thanks, of course, I appreciate being in the building again. And I want to personally thank you because, you know, just being in this industry so long. And like I said, last time I was here, people, you know, your friends and the family and your inner circle, I hear it all the time. Yeah, man, I'm a shot with you. I'm a shot with you. And I'm numb to it because I know it's all a part of the game in a sense.
Right.
My boy Diligent call it Hollywood talk.
Exactly. And like I said last time, one of the things about Sean is Sean was shot with me. He wouldn't even give me a heads up or nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And when we left here, the last time I was here, you guys, I don't even think I had made it home yet. And I had looked at my phone and he had placed the order.
Get out.
So I appreciate you for being a man of your word. I appreciate you.
That's all I got, though.
And that
That's
hat,
it.
that
all I
hat's
got.
serious. I'll be about to take it
Yeah,
off
yeah,
his
he
head.
be
I was
tripping,
like,
though.
dang, I
He be
like that
tripping.
hat, man. I'm at
Every time I put it on, man, I make sure I
That's a nice
let
hat,
you
man.
know who I
Go
got
ahead,
it from,
check
man.
him out.
Where can we find these products, though?
You can find them at www.freshdivision.com, FREZHDIVISION.com, freshdivision.com.
Yeah, we get the link up there and make it easy
sure.
for the folk. Yeah, but we glad you came in. We had to have you this week. First, we going to say congratulations to Georgia.
Shout out. Definitely. You did your job.
Hey, we talked about it for what, about damn near a month.
That's right.
And it
Finish
came
the
through.
job.
It came through.
That's what's up. How y'all feeling out there?
Oh, man. I'm happy it
Me
came
too.
through. You know who I'm more proud of?
Who that?
Stacy.
Yes, sir. She's the real
Stacey.
MVP. No doubt.
Stacy.
Yeah.
Huh?
No
She
doubt.
took her loss. They cheated her. She didn't go do no recount. She didn't cry. She just said, you know what? You got it. She literally said, you got it. And went to the lab.
Yeah.
Went to work and got the whole Georgia flipped.
Yes.
The whole,
Yes.
she's mastermind. And I
did it.
love it.
She did it.
Yeah, I love that the way she did it, man. Then fight a fuss, just went to work.
And I'm not sure if you guys caught it yet, but you know, Stacey Abrams has a documentary on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
If
yeah?
you want to know more about her history and her story, check it out. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Copy that.
She was really in the streets.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Copy that.
Cause she came out of nowhere. I'm be honest. I didn't hear much about her, but then when I started seeing her speak,
Yeah.
and even when people were, attacking her,
Yeah.
the grace that she gave these people with the knowledge at the same time was that was beautiful to me. And I was a fan of her since then, and I've been following her since. So
Yeah.
And who said we couldn't pull things, special people out of HBCUs? Shout out to Spelman, huh?
yes, indeed.
I got you.
Yep. So we got them boys up in there now. Hopefully, what we got to do is keep them on task.
Yeah.
That's
We
it.
can't just be happy and sit back.
Speaking of that,
Go ahead.
first congratulations to Georgia.
Uh-huh.
I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I was shocked, bro.
Right.
But you was the one saying, yeah, they can do it.
Yeah. Now you got to convince yourself.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. But I got a question for y'all, man. I'm gonna start with Mike. What do you think they gonna let Warnock do? I mean, he's not rich. He's not. He's not even a millionaire.
Sure.
He's black,
Yeah.
and he going up in there with some angry people. Even we control the house, control the city, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's still not. He ain't on their level. It's like they let him in this is how I feel, bro. They let him in because what's his name died. It was like
Lewis.
it was like a lookout. Like, all right, man, come on.
Come
You know what I'm
say
saying?
that.
And I ain't saying he ain't do what he had to do. I'm just saying, but on this level, man, money do a lot of talking with respect and how they look at you, and he ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So what do you really think they're gonna let him do?
You're right, man. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure how bold he is in making those situations uncomfortable.
Being that he is
He's so
Right.
a reverend, you know, so
exactly.
now you in the real game.
Exactly. So you're right. It's a different playing field now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like you said before, we have the House and the Senate. So it's like I know I got some backup with me. However, like you said, it's tied into that money system, and I'm not sure if he's not used to those conversations.
And it's about to be real, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you on that. I don't know how far he'll be able to go. I think he has the fortitude to go up there and to say what needs to be said, but to stand behind it and continue to push for it.
Right.
I think once people get in those seats, you got people been in them seats for a long time.
Whole time.
So
Career. They call it
just-
career politicians.
Yeah, so they just riding it out. How many of them actually are there for change?
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if he's gonna be a part of that. I don't know if he's gonna be a part of that, or if he really gonna go in there and try to change something. And like y'all said, coming from that background, yeah, it's possible, but he gonna have to be like
he
the
might,
outcast.
He might have to put that Martin Luther King down, bro.
Right, he got to get some Malcolm.
Yeah,
he got to put some Malcolm in
yeah,
him.
man. I'm just saying, like, what you
I'm
think,
with you on
Crespo?
that.
I mean, what you want him to do? I mean, our community, let's not just put so much pressure on the brother once he gets elected.
That's the problem, though.
What can you do for me? What you gonna do now? We voted
but,
for you.
But that's the problem. They don't have no pressure. That's why they sit in their seats so long.
When they
'cause
get
ain't
to
no
the
pressure.
Senate, ain't no
That's
pressure
the
on
problem.
them in the Senate.
You need to put pressure on. Let them know, hey man,
Yeah.
we get you up out of there in a couple of years.
Right.
So you can't just be like, okay, we put you in there. You know, we gotta be like, hey man,
So
you in there for a reason.
So you need to make things happen immediately.
I mean,
I need to see the effort.
you need to do something, bro. You
Right.
can't just
I'm
get
sure
up
he
there.
put the effort in.
We can't be a year down the line and we still talking about, so hey man, Warnock in there. We ain't seen him do nothing.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. That's kind of what he up against. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them got, like, you look at Biden and all of them, man. They've been there. He been there 46 years.
Yes.
The boys got a lot of checks in that building, man, and
right.
he ain't got one.
Right.
Brand new.
So it's like, you always hear the story, man. Say, how do you tell a man how to be rich if you don't have no money?
That's it.
I think you can, but a lot of people don't. He going up in there, man, with people they been there forever, man.
they
They know
seasoned.
the ins and outs.
They
And
seasoned.
he might go in with that. I'm gonna stop saying that, Martin Luther King. But he gonna go in there with the attitude of, I can get this done.
That
But,
humble
but like,
hospitality.
you know, and they might eat him up, man. He got to toughen up, man.
Yeah.
He might have to cuss at somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he did a good fight with Kelly, but she shied away.
like-
She was appointed, wasn't?
Huh?
She was appointed. She didn't win that.
Yeah,
seat.
she ain't win that.
No. But that's what I'm saying. When she was putting out all this stuff,
Yeah.
and I was tired of the whole smear tactic thing.
Smear, yeah.
I was tired of my phone ring.
Exactly.
all of that. Text messages,
Text, phone calls.
my mailbox full every day.
Oh my God.
But they did what they had to do to make
Sure.
it
I
happen.
mean,
That shit
I'm not
worked. It
saying I'm
worked.
not happy he ain't in there. I'm not saying that at
Yeah.
all. I want him to get in there, man, and really be in there. Don't wave to us on your way in there. Then we see you back the whole time you're in there.
Right.
Because like you said, Stacy put you in there. You know what I'm saying? Make Stacy proud. If you don't want to do it for me, make Stacy proud.
Yeah, definitely. But y'all know what that spurred.
What a segue.
Start with Mike.
Oh my God. Oh man. What happened? Somebody didn't catch that. What happened?
I'm gonna let Mike start with it.
I mean, let me see here. Where can I begin? Like, let me do this. I got to start with something because I got to provide context.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
And this also goes into if anybody ever wonder why the presidential race was so close. You know,
Okay.
There's a reason why that race was close, was as close as it was. So this is from a book, We Are Not Yet Equal.
Okay.
Let me just read this excerpt right quick. In 1966, they did a poll. So they had polled white people. Okay. In the 1967 book, pollsters Lewis Harris and William Brink reported that by 1966, 85% of whites were certain that the pace of civil rights progress was too fast.
Wow.
Let that sink in for a second. So let's just round up, okay? 1965. Let's just round up to 1970.
Gotcha.
With 1965, 1970, 85% of whites thought that the progress of civil rights was moving too fast. Not affirmative action.
Right.
Civil.
Not checks in the mail. We just talking about civil rights.
Right.
That the pace was moving too fast.
We talk this ain't about 50 years ago.
This is in 1965.
Yeah, this 50 years ago. 50
Exactly.
50 plus, 55.
Exactly.
So in layman's terms, why are they so close to being equal with us?
Right.
Literally.
That's too much. Like that's moving too fast. I know
That's
y'all
literally
not
what he
slaves
said.
no more, but y'all not slaves no more, but we still not equal. That's
Right.
moving too fast.
Right.
Right.
So when you wonder why the race was so close, that's why. Unfortunately, and that's the truth that we got to deal with. And like you said, it's only been 50 years ago.
Yeah. Ain't that long ago, man.
That's the entire United States. We just not splitting it northern and southern.
Exactly.
No. That's all of you.
Yeah, because there's red states up there too.
Exactly. It's a lot of empty land. So that I think that's where it starts from. Because when you look at what, of course, turning recently, when Georgia turned blue, they're like, what?
Right.
And these and of course, you guys saw the data. It was especially Georgia. It was the metropolitan cities that showed
pushed
out.
out.
Hey,
Sure.
man. My
And
man,
who-
my
and what
man
the
didn't even
metro-
come down here.
Exactly.
Yeah, Purdue,
Yeah, he ain't,
Right.
he didn't even do the Metro.
he ain't did nothing.
Nah.
He ain't even debate.
Yep.
He been
Sure
at his
didn't.
house the whole time.
Yeah.
Doing commercials.
He didn't even come outside.
He didn't come
He
outside.
come outside.
So you got the metro cities that look like us. We showed up to vote, which helped the state turn blue, which gave us the lean in the House and the Senate. So now that just gives them even more frustration and anger. Like, what?
That hadn't happened in what, 30 years?
Exactly.
Hey, man, you think Obama had an issue getting things passed. Let's see how this go, even though they control the
Well, they
House.
control it now. So
Pass. Hey,
you
man.
see how quick all of them change. I was gonna let Mike.
Oh, go
before
ahead,
we
Mike.
get
Yeah,
into
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Please.
Sorry to
No,
interrupt you.
that's the base of it. But I think, and unfortunately, these people are not even following a party; they're following a man.
all at the same time.
You know what I'm saying?
Telling you.
Because 6 years ago, they wasn't fucking with Trump. They didn't
Nope.
know that wasn't even a thing.
Right.
So you following this person, and
They were easily manipulated.
exactly, and then it just went haywire. The hands. I mean, it was funny. It was funny.
Hey, man, shout out to the security at the Capitol for showing once again that Black Lives Matter, or maybe I should say don't matter. So shout out to security.
That brother ran up them steps.
Hey man, that
You
that
saw that
hurt my
look on his
heart.
face?
Hey,
That
they
hurt
left him
my
out there to
heart.
hang, man. It was at the top of the steps.
Yeah,
Three
Oh, my
flights
God.
that brother ran up
That was-
before his backup was up there.
that hurt my heart, man.
It wasn't even worth it.
And out of all of the situations that justified somebody getting a cap in their ass,
If this wasn't it, I don't know what it
No.
was. I don't know what it was.
The peaceful protests get the National Guards. The riot
That was incited by the chief of the state.
Get a bunch of mall cops.
pretty much. And the couple of you brothers that was out there, man, please explain this to me. What did I miss?
They out there. We used to call them Uncle Toms back in the day.
Right.
They grown now. We call them Trumpsters. I went to a gun show. Black dude selling Trump paraphernalia, no mask.
You know what Trump made me realize, man?
What's that?
that he didn't even give a damn about Pence.
Nope.
Oh no.
No,
Pence was up there reading after that
He was
shit.
hot. He said his family
like,
was
yo,
in
this
there.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was hot.
Yeah.
So many Republicans came out, man, said enough is enough, man. But I just want people to understand, stop sitting around waiting for an impeachment.
Yeah.
By the time y'all see this, it's gonna be 9 days ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean, don't even waste the time or taxpayers' money, whatever, for that garbage. You know, let's just start preparing to move on, and that's it.
Yeah.
Speaking of taxpayers' money, they are wasting our money now by all them National Guard and cops out there paying them overtime, and ain't nobody out there no more.
But you know what though, man?
They coming after everybody left.
They dropped
We
the,
paying
they
that
dropped
guy.
the ball just on the security of the building. This is one of the most secure, supposed to be one of the most secure buildings in the country.
Exactly.
And they showed that it wasn't.
It's
So
vulnerable.
You better believe that'll never happen again.
Never. You're right.
That'll
about
never
that.
happen again.
But why do you think they dropped the ball?
Because that brother,
I'm not gonna let you look. Any other time you would have been jumped head first into this. I'm not gonna
No,
let
just-
you off the hook on
Nah,
this.
I mean, just hey man.
because man, 45 incited that whole thing.
Nah,
Let's
man,
just call it the way
looked out,
it is.
they looked out there, man, and they seen them out there.
Exactly.
They seen them out there, so they didn't want to say we gotta look at us like we look at them. You know what I'm saying? I put a post up on my Facebook and it said bullets might not have no name, but they damn sure got a color.
I saw that.
And that showed that, bro. So that's why they was all laid back, relaxed. And then that's the Jim Bob Earl.
Climbing up.
He climbing up the wall. Y'all need to work on y'all car. Matter of fact, for future people of riots, have your cardio together.
Yeah.
You know, hit the gym a couple times before you want to start climbing up walls and shit.
That dude got halfway up. Dude had his hand stretched out to help him. Whoop.
Oh my God.
He fell right back to the ground.
But then it just let you see, man, how messed up we is
Yeah.
as a society.
Yeah.
You know, the lady that they got shot in the neck, they put her out there for, hey man, they set her up, but ladies first. That's the, she
That's
over there,
right.
she leaking.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? But I mean, they showed all kind of reports on her before that actually happened,
Yeah,
man.
she was wild.
Military,
But they were
crazy.
They were briefed. They were briefed not to use excessive force.
Oh, yeah.
No fire.
Yeah.
You know why? I believe this is just my opinion. America has an image to hold, right? We don't do our citizens like this. You see shit that happen
Yeah.
at the White House. You see that overseas. They taking over their dictatorship. They always protesting. They always out there shooting up each other, fighting each other. But let's not put that on the airways because now America's hot.
Right.
I'm not, like I told Sean earlier, I'm not being naive to the fact that America has an ugly history. We all know that.
Right.
But now is not the time to show that to the world.
Well,
You know?
well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think the world already looked at us as a joke since he got in the
Especially
office.
recently. Exactly.
Yeah, since he got, I remember when I went to Ireland and people was coming up to me, oh, you American? I'd be like, yeah, and they be like, I'm sorry. I say, yeah, I don't like them either.
Right,
So
yeah.
we get it. And what that whole thing did, it pulled so many emotions out of me. The first time when I looked at it, I was like, good. I literally was like, good. But the more I looked at it and the less military interaction I saw, I got upset.
Yep.
And then you thought about in the summertime, before they even knew that Black Lives Matter were going to protest, they had tanks, they had assault rifles, they had everything to where they couldn't even get close to the building.
That's right.
This before they even knew they just saw a big gathering in the black movement.
They were proactive.
It was out there. So then you turn around and you see this. And then my first question, I got into a few arguments, was with some people that were like, well, these protests and riots weren't no worse than what happened in the summertime with Black Lives Matter. I said, can I ask you a question? I said, what were they protesting really? What were they protesting? Because they lost an illegal vote system that was created?
Right.
They lost. So we're going to protest. They're not protesting the loss of lives, racial injustice. You know what I mean? People getting killed left and right.
Yep.
And most of that stuff was property. They got the insurance money from all that. They wanted to put up them pictures of stuff on fire. But I said, how long you think you can push a people before they push back?
That's right.
And this is a perfect example of white privilege. That y'all can just run in and just do whatever. We got memes of people inside with their feet on the desk and everything else. And I'm supposed to be cool
Ridiculous.
with this? And this is America and we equal? Come on, man.
Let me put this on your mind. They shoot all them people, right?
Yeah.
What does this show? That y'all the same as black people. They will never let that picture be shown that we equal over here. They will never let that happen. They touch them white people. Y'all, we gonna treat y'all the same way we treat black people or minorities. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that picture will never be shown.
Yeah. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
Don't shoot nobody. These people out there fighting the police.
Right.
I thought Blue Lives Matter 3 weeks ago.
Right. The same stuff y'all fought for, y'all fighting against
Man,
it.
they
Fighting
fighting the
against them now.
police.
Yeah.
Exactly.
F the police.
You can't
Burning
even
up
talk
all
crazy to a police. You might catch one in the noodle.
It confuses me. It is beyond me.
Right. Then I see one where a young lady had an onion inside
Oh yeah.
a towel.
Oh, when she was
What? About she
Trying to bring them to
Yeah,
you.
That real-
talking about she
that
got
real
pepper
inside.
sprayed. I thought it was fake at first. This got to be fake. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see these charges because they is starting
Yes,
to arrest
sir.
these people, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a federal building.
Yeah.
You know,
and
Treason.
in that building, there is no dead area in that building.
absolutely.
That's
I'm talking
it.
about HD.
Right.
Every centimeter is covered.
That's
Right.
right.
So if we can do it on our phones, they should be able to infiltrate and get everybody
Everybody.
in that
Every
building.
person they ran up in there.
So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
That's gonna really make you mad. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
They're going to go in, do
They
a
gonna-
weekend.
No, they gonna do that. They gonna get fined, man.
They
gonna
picked
get
up the one
fined,
guy
man.
already with the walking with the podium.
Man, them people getting
yeah.
fined, man.
I saw
They
that.
locking
Taking-
them people
taking
up,
selfies
man.
and shit.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
They
They
got
about
him
to lock, they
already.
gonna say Trump. Man, Trump made you do it.
Oh, he gonna pardon them all before he get up out of there.
And that you know that was something that made me think too. When everybody was talking about this impeach, I said, y'all really want that? Because if he get impeached, let's say it's not even possible. First of all, it's too much. It's too short of a time. He get impeached. They put Pence in. Pence pardoned him for all that shit he done did. Boom. Done did.
Unbelievable.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, if he get impeached,
What a loophole.
That don't really have nothing to do with him being pardoned, though.
That lady in New
That's
York.
but that's gonna be after his presidency. So he
you
free
right,
game.
you right,
then.
you right.
He free game after
I
that.
don't think he's going.
It's gonna take a lot of work.
Yeah.
That man ain't going to jail, man.
They'll be bidding who want to lock him up
He
first.
didn't already set up. He didn't wouldn't set up shop for that, man. He ain't rich for nothing.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I was hoping that he would, going back to the people in the building, I was hoping that possibly a lot of those people do get at least not even fined, but locked up, because I think that possibly will dictate the tone of what's going to happen on the 16th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the good thing is, they between social media and all these other avenues, a lot of those people are being exposed. But I think if they were to be passive, like we typically are with these white people, I think the 16th would have been even worse. But I want to see exactly how much publicity they get, because a lot of people are getting fired and resigning
Yeah,
already.
people lose a job.
Yeah.
You see the security dude for the Capitol. He said,
Yeah,
"Fuck this
he
shit,
resigned.
man. I'm done."
And the Asian lady at TSA.
Yeah.
She resigned too.
She was done.
This
Next
whole
day, they
cabinet
was
twisted
done, man.
over, man. They done.
It was like, "I'm done, man."
Yeah. So depending on the consequences, I think that might set a tone of what's to happen, because Trump already said he's not going to be there.
Right. He said
He
ain't
gonna
coming.
be there, man. That man gonna be there.
That nigga is not
I
gonna be
doubt
there.
if he showed up.
He gonna be
It don't matter. It
Just
don't
get
matter.
that fool up out of there.
And I believe, you know what? We saw some fireworks at D.C., but major fireworks would have occurred if Pence overturned that vote and Mitch McConnell agreed to it. Now, the members of Congress and in that chamber, one thing they don't want the U.S. The United States people, the United States, to think is that, hey, they jeopardizing our democracy and our vote doesn't matter because all I got to do is send it to this guy. He can overturn what actually happened. They were like this close to doing it until they started breaking in those doors. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if they would have overturned that vote, this election? An uproar. What kind of uproar that would have been?
The sad part.
People that said, "Hey, my vote don't matter. You can just tell this guy to to switch these votes."
The sad part about that, and I hate to say it, but you would have lost black people from any other election. Period.
Yeah.
You'd have lost them.
For sure.
Yeah, it's already
Definitely
hard for us
lost
to get out there.
Yeah. So if that would have happened, man, it would have been devastating.
An election that was won by Joe Biden can be overthrown by a senator
All I know, Joe, you on
easily.
You on the line for 2,000.
Let me tell you
a lot of people.
I knew it was hot when Mitch McConnell didn't approve it.
Yeah, when he came out and spoke, and he was like, "Man, it's
Yeah,
legally they won."
Yeah.
When he said, "I said, what is going?" I was
Right.
like, "What's going on?"
he got a
This
conscience.
don't even find. This
He
don't
got a
feel right.
conscience.
Man, them people were scared.
He didn't
man.
want to give us no money, but he came out and said, "Hey, they won the
Them
vote,
people
man.
were
Stop playing,
scared,
y'all."
man.
Yeah, because they ain't never had that. Ain't
Yep.
What my man
That's
said, it's
never
been
happened before.
He said 1867 something. I was watching something. He said the last time something like that
yeah, like
happened.
18, 19.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. He said, I
It
was
was
like,
crazy.
damn.
So yeah, they no whole nother level. So they all had to switch gears just because that
Wow.
politics is one thing, street is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
They
They got a smell of the streets.
Them people was ducking out of anything.
They was up out of that, man.
He probably know that's probably it for him in his seat. How long McConnell been in that seat for Kentucky? Like 80 years.
Probably so.
That man ain't going nowhere, man.
Ain't no telling, man. But yeah, we gonna keep it moving. I hate to talk about politics, but that was
Yeah, me
was
too.
bigger than politics, though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
an embarrassment to the nation.
It was.
And
You set a fine example for your kids
Yeah.
and your grandkids.
Yep.
How do you explain that to them?
Yeah.
You know?
The good thing is I've even seen white men like on social media and memes and TikToks and Snapchats going around. It's been several white men talking about I didn't believe in white privilege until I seen what just happened.
Wow.
Oh,
So and and that's why I was even hoping that not hoping when everything was going on I wasn't mine. I was chilling.
Right.
And I
blow
said,
it up.
the crazier it gets, I think the more exposes the hypocrisy of America. So I was like, okay,
Definitely.
whatever's gonna happen. Y'all need to see this because we already know what's
right.
what's going
This is
on.
what we live with every day.
Exactly.
You know, every little corner. I got a friend, and she was telling me how just because she's one of two black people that work with her, she's a nurse, and she was just talking about how every little thing that they want to talk about that has to do with race, they come to her. So I was like, "Oh, you're a little token black girl," and she was like, and it pisses me off because at the same time in their real life, they're not really implementing or listening to what I'm saying. I'm more so like a keepsake. Oh yeah, I got a black friend.
Yeah.
I ask her when I get there, or anything that has to do with the job. You know, she was telling me how they come in. A patient came in, he got all these swastikas on him and everything. They give them to her.
Wow.
I do a job.
Little stuff like that. But you know, everybody else chilling. You know, getting well, I'm finna have to put up with this BS. But she say little stuff, and that's her everyday life. That
Right.
ain't just that's her every day. She clock in, she got to deal with this, and they in her face, you know, laughing and get, oh well, let me see. Then she say her neighborhood the same way. Say she been in her neighborhood 6-7 years. She walk her dogs. People pull up. Oh, you're a dog walker? No.
Wow.
Then they see her house. Oh, you renting?
Wow.
Oh.
Stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
I'm selling drugs out this bitch.
That's everyday life for her. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a lot of black people that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Some of them, they just go and roll with it. But real folks that have integrity about themselves and who they are,
Yeah.
man, that
Man, y'all, it's so funny that you say that, man. Ask Flex next time you talk to him. That's life in Minnesota, man.
he was telling us that when
That's
we were
life in
smoking the other
Minnesota,
day.
man. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people I ran across, man. They never had that closer interaction with black people, man.
know
So
what,
they
you're
be-
right.
They got questions, man. They just be like,
Yeah.
"Are you serious with that?" They
Right.
dead
Yeah.
ass serious.
You're
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
I remember
damn.
I was working in Minnesota about 3 years ago. I was there for a week, and I remember that week I was in there. I can count the amount of black people I saw.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you, man. They there,
I mean-
but they just
Oof, yeah.
They ain't black.
they what's that thing? Get out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the sunken place. That sunken place.
You know what? Yeah, it's really like that out there. I was one of the most scared I've been in my life.
some
Was in
cool-
Minnesota.
Really?
It's
Yes.
some cool motherfuckers there.
Really?
I know a couple cool cats, but a lot of them I just be like, oh,
Yes.
all right.
Right.
You and Julie.
Yeah.
They love,
Got
they
a
love-
trophy?
They love Julie and Karen.
They
bro.
got a trophy.
Hey man, they love them.
Julian who?
Karen.
Karen.
Ain't that the name that's
I
going
know a
around
black
right now?
girl named Karen.
Oh, okay. That ain't
Another
her.
one.
That ain't her.
Another one.
Move on, man.
Yeah, we
Move
gonna
on,
move
man.
on, man. While we was talking about, even with Mike, we was talking about supporting his brand and whatnot. My question to y'all is, if you got some folks, either they got a brand, a product, a restaurant or whatever, but they overcharging and you know you can go somewhere else and get it. Are you gonna continue to support that friend versus going elsewhere to get it? And I'm gonna say more so like a restaurant or something like that, because products is based off of style and you know the name and all that. Let's say a restaurant and you want a fish sandwich. I can go to Yassine's, get the joint for $6.
Yeah.
But my homeboy hit me for $10.
Yeah.
He just opened his shop up.
Right.
How often you gonna go get that $10 sandwich?
Know me, let the dollar circulate, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna patronize that thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then look, if you're doing that, evidently you're gonna walk in there one day and you say, you know what, this might be on the house.
Right.
Or who sent you, or a referral or something like that. But yeah, absolutely, you gotta patronize, man.
Okay.
Definitely. Now with the wallet just like super hella tight,
You just can't.
y'all,
I mean,
I might have to get that 2-piece from y'all soon. You know what I'm saying?
go ahead. Since you, I mean, this is you.
Well, yeah, and then I think compared to Yassine's, I understand that Yassine's can afford to charge a little lower anyway. But I think it's the principle behind it. Somebody buy these $10 sandwiches, build that relationship, and
right.
take pride in supporting it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm with it. Definitely pay a little extra. And because like you said, it's in our pocket. And if I know this person is generating it, I know he gonna put it right back into the community. So why not spend an extra $2-3 and patronize your folk? Help them build their brand.
I mean,
Everybody win.
he only got the one spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't like Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
Right.
got the one spot, man. You got to charge a little extra.
Right.
That's it.
I want to pay it. He ain't looking for you to come in the door every day. He appreciate it.
Right.
Right.
But he, go in there, you get paid every 2 weeks. You get McDonald's something every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people give him, hey, man, Popeyes is always crowded.
Drive
know what I'm
by
saying?
that no matter what time
It
you
don't matter
drive by
what
that.
time it is.
That line off the chain.
So go a little farther, man. Give your brother something.
You right. I agree with you. We like to eat, but what if the food isn't that good? Are you still patronizing that brother? Or the quality kind of scale back a little bit?
But that's with anything, though. If I don't like it, I ain't going to get my money.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn black, white, green, orange.
Right.
You gonna tell them?
I'm gonna tell them.
I'm gonna have a conversation with him. Like, yeah, that's the only cook you got back there.
Yeah.
Like when we go to the the pub,
yeah.
like I let Flex decide if we going or not, because that's his spot. You know what I'm
He
saying?
know
And
the
he know the cooks.
Right.
And, but we seen the difference when we went last time.
Yeah.
My wings wasn't as good as they is when we go in the middle of the day, afternoon, because the cook didn't change. So I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question.
If you feel like you getting ripped off, though, let's say we keeping money in the community, why do we continue to patronize them when we know we're getting ripped off?
What's ripped off though?
Yeah.
Overcharge, service is bad, may not be open when you get there.
I think service and price is different though. Because you can't get ripped off because they ain't open. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know that much, but
As far as price,
say
man,
you paying
I
for
just,
bad quality.
Right.
it all depends on what it was. Because I'm not that big on a lot of things that a lot of people is. Oh, I didn't have no napkins in my bag.
Yeah.
Like people still talking about they ain't put no ketchup in there. It's been law a long time ago that they don't have to unless you ask for it. They
Right.
cost cutting like everybody else.
Right.
People didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I was just having a conversation. Speaking of that with Fly Chef, And a lot of people they put their tip on the bill,
Yeah.
and that's the wrong thing to do. You need to give if your waitress is an excellent waiter, or whatever, you need to put it in cash. That means they get it.
Gotcha.
Because if you put it on the bill, they divvy all that up at the end of the night.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So you have to watch things like that. So I mean, I ain't go shit on the restaurant, man, because I ain't got no ketchup. I don't use it no damn way.
Yeah.
But if you go every time and the waitress has just got a nasty attitude.
I mean, really legitimate reasons.
Food 30 minutes every time. You've tried. Let's say this your third trip.
And they can't get right.
I go in Walmart a lot. They ain't never right.
You ain't lying.
Shit. I done got a line for 30 minutes for some deodorant, bro.
Right.
So I mean, like I said, I'm patient like that at my age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this. I need it, man. If I like the food enough, I'm gonna stay in line, man. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, and I guess until it gets to the point of compromise, I think I'll be extra. To his point, I'll be extra patient with black businesses, and hopefully I'll try to be, to your point. If I'm shopping with you, I'm hoping to build a relationship with you so that I can have those conversations. Like, last time I don't know if it was the food was so and so because I've built a relationship with you because I support you for so long.
Right.
So I'll give you a few more chances. And after I've addressed myself, if I don't see any change and I see the quality digressing, then I might fall back because I've tried. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to continue to help you and support you, but
Right.
I ain't gonna be a fool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that.
I'm not. I'm not.
Hey, look. Go ahead.
I had an incident. I went, and I think a lot of times, especially now, a lot of people that go into business, especially I'm just gonna stay on food. Especially they go into food, it's a trendy thing. Like celebrities, they have their things or whatever, and they selling their names. Some of the food may be good, some of it might not be good. Then you had these. I remember this one. I'm be specific. It was this guy. He was Instagram, and then he started opening up restaurants, seafood restaurants. And they were just popping up. And here in Atlanta, stuff pops up. It's trendy. You put it somewhere. You try to get out the ground. You rolling. You running. So when I went to this particular restaurant, it was all jazzy. Everybody was in there hanging out, drinking. So when I got there, they said it's gonna be a 30-minute wait. I said, okay, cool. Go sit at the bar, order a drink, sat there at the bar for 45 minutes. So when I got to my table, it was another 15 minutes before a waiter came. And then when they took my order, it took another,
Thank you.
I would say, another 40 minutes for my food to come out. And when my food came out, it was cold. And so I said, well, let me just pay for my drinks and my stuff. I'm not even going to touch the food. So the manager came over, is there anything I can do? And I was like, well, I told him my whole scenario. And he was like, well, it's just me and such and this and that. And I was like, okay. And I'm going to be honest, I wanted to go back, but it was like, I'm not going to do this again. And even just on the drinks that I spent and the appetizer, I still spent $70. I didn't even get to the entree. So now you already hit me over the head.
The fuck was you at?
I'll tell you later. And it's not even like that.
Right.
But it's closed now, too.
Oh, I bet
It's
it is.
closed.
Wow.
It's closed. So it was, for me, it was because a lot of these things are popping up and they're trendy, and they was like, support black people.
Yeah.
Now, if it's my mom and pop store around the corner, I'm up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a little sandwich shop I go hit whenever I can because I know they wasn't all, I'm over here, I'm doing this, I got this.
Right.
No, they put it up. We here for the neighborhood. Them people I'm with. Now these over the top celebrities, just these pop up joints that you ain't even got nothing to do with cooking. You just
add water.
Offer your name, and then I come in here and I'm paying $20 for a vodka and tonic. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to be a part of that.
I feel you.
Nah. Yeah, but what you got?
Y'all talking about different services and stuff and products and quality of services and what you may or may not pay for. I was gonna refer to, like, let's say we getting our haircuts from this barber we like to get haircuts, and over time this barber his quality of cut start to change, and you've been a loyal customer for years, right? And you'll wait 30, minutes, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just so you could have this guy hook you up. But the styles change, or he's lost it a little bit, or he hasn't been cutting you the same. Will you address that to him and continue to pay those and pay that price? Or leave and check out somebody else.
I think you and your barber got a relationship.
Yeah, y'all should have a relationship. Like, hey, bro, you took my line back too far last time. What you doing, bro? Man, baby, you know what they hit you with, man. Baby girl, man, she hit me. And then I had to take the truck over. They gonna tell you your whole story,
right? But charge you the same thing.
Oh yeah, they want that tell. Or this what you do. This is a trick you can do with barbers.
What's that?
Make sure your barber there. Go sit in somebody else's seat and look at his face. He gonna be hot.
Wait. You causing conflict?
Yes, he is.
Between the two barbers. Two barbers, and then get up and go get in his seat.
See, but I done seen that happen. I done seen two barbers discuss it. Like, yo, you straight with this? Dude say, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you ain't got that kind of time to wait in the chair open.
Right.
Only thing with that chair open. You taking a chance with that chair that's open, because if the place busy and this chair open,
it's a reason.
Yeah.
That barber way in the back. That barber that cut way in the back.
Don't nobody know.
Nobody know.
He stay swiping off his chair. Right. Bro, you ain't had no hair in that chair in 3 days.
Exactly.
He just got out of hair school, beauty school, barber school. I've seen that.
You kind of taking it. A barber like a marriage, man.
I'm real observant, man. I look in the shop.
That's what I'm saying. Like, barber, that's a... Hey, man, you cheat on your barber, man. It might be... He know, too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I don't know where you been, but this ain't how my line go, bro.
That happens.
You know?
That don't happen to me. It happened to me.
Yeah.
I went in there. He wasn't there. And I went at a prime time. And I went and sat inside because I had somewhere to be.
Right.
He walked in while I was getting cut.
Done.
He looked at me.
Yeah.
Looked at the barber.
Yeah.
I said, man, you should have been here. I told him straight up.
You cheat,
You should have been here.
You got caught cheating.
He should have been there.
You got caught cheating, bro.
He should. I said, you should have been here. I called you. You were supposed to be here.
Hey, this shit, we working on your patience.
No, man, I got to keep it moving.
I feel you. I know brothers that'll go out of town just to get a haircut.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to be one of them, dog. You know, a long time ago.
Exactly.
Right.
A while ago.
Slow down, bro.
What you tell?
Hey, man, you ain't finna do no ball slander.
That's why I asked you to come back.
Oh, really?
That's why.
That was the reason.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, brother, keep on living. Okay,
Yeah,
you just keep on living.
I don't think it was the barber that was moving that line back. Yo, I got something I want to talk to y'all
Y'all
brothers
crazy.
about. And I got 3 good brothers in here with me. I got something I want to talk to y'all about. I've been on the page lately, and I've been noticing the negativity I feel men towards the women. We're gonna switch this whole thing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It's a lot of it. Like, even with, in the conversations, you see a lot of pain in men's conversations. You know what I'm saying? How do we fix the relationship between men and women? Like, what's the start of that? Because nothing's perfect.
Right.
But I think just looking at the page, bro, Soundproof Hunger Room page, Facebook, we there if you didn't know.
Right.
But it's, never mind, we there if you ain't know. But that's a very, I don't want to use the word broken, but the relationship is very fragile.
Yeah.
How do we begin to fix that? Women don't trust men. Men don't trust women. We bringing our baggage from 4 years ago to the new one. Like it's just a lot.
I'll say from your first question,
All right.
those guys, if we're in a circle with them, we need to hold them to a high standard. Like, I'm not finna sit here and let you say, nah, because she ain't let me hit on the first night and up with her no more. Did you try to get to know her? Did you open a door for her? Did you show her any kind of hospitality? And I know hospitality is different on different levels, but I'm not going to allow you to sit here and just degrade somebody just because you don't like them based off of because they didn't do something for you. Or just like when we would be out, back in the day, you be out, your homeboy try to grab a chick. Hey, let me holler at you. She was like, I'm good. Up you then, B.
Oh, yeah. Got the attention.
I have to say, homeboy, you ain't got to go there with it.
Yeah.
But usually we just stand back and we just be like, oh, all right, that nigga tripping. Nah, what you doing, man? You ain't got to talk. How you think somebody gonna talk to you like that?
Right.
You know, I think we have to hold each other to a higher standard, and check each other whenever that stuff happens when we're around. That's just on our behalf. And then to go as far as what you were saying is just the relationship between us and women. It's gotta be. It starts with communication. Bottom line. And I'll say for a man, I think a lot of us, we don't like to show our vulnerabilities. So instead of, and a lot of times even when we do, you have women out here that don't care to hear it. And they'll just trample right over it. And then you be like, nah, I ain't saying that shit no more. You know? So it's got to be some kind of happy medium to where we can have any discussion about whatever it is that we're feeling, because we're taught not to have feelings when it comes to that stuff. But to really open yourself up to be vulnerable, or to just to have these talks that you don't normally have with people, and treat them as a person, not as some object.
Right.
That's on both
Absolutely.
ends. That's on both ends. Not an object. Treat them as a person. If you're trying to be a friend, or if it's gonna grow from that, do it from there. But don't. You ain't got to just come just as an object. That's my piece.
You sure?
Yeah.
Could we ask the guest?
He brought up a good point, and I guess I try to look at I try to go back to the root and the origin of things, and I think it's safe to say that we can all agree that first and foremost, that we were raised or we were taught. I think it's safe to say maybe 60% of the stuff we was taught was all wrong, like from diets to history to financial education to. Most of the shit that we was taught was wrong. Most of it was. So one of the chapters in what we were taught was wrong was healthy relationships. Half the time our households were broken in the first place. And then even at that, like I was saying last time I was here, the black men, we've been suffering from trauma since we got here. Well, since we came back here, we've been suffering from trauma for hundreds of years. So we've been used to these broken relationships, to the fact that they're normalized. We're used to the dad hitting the mom. We're used to the dad snapping on the kids for no reason. We're used to the dad going in the room during Christmas or during birthday parties. We're used to seeing all these dysfunctional avenues. So I think the first thing is to realize that we got a problem. That manhood, we need to take that shit back to the drawing board.
Awareness.
Yeah, we gotta recognize, be aware of that we are flawed, and especially when women are reaching out, expressing themselves and things that we can do better. We have to be man enough to say, you know what, they might be right. I might need to talk more. I might need to express myself more. So I think, man, with the black community specifically, we're just those households are so broken and so flawed that we have to really try to help ourselves and realize that we came in these broken homes and try to fix ourselves first and be able to listen to one another.
That's major.
Oh, absolutely. Hearing and listening are two different things.
Yeah.
And like Sean said, communication, I know, can't get enough of that.
Yeah.
It's about your approach. I can't believe we even having this discussion at 41 years old, 42, 43 years old, our generation. And we've pretty much kind of set in our ways or pursuing other dreams and opportunities and stuff like that. But it's about communication. It's about your approach. I'm talking as a man.
Yeah.
A lot of women aren't receptive to that when you're being cordial or showing some kind of chivalry, because they may think that you're out to get something. You want something out the deal. So off the rip, the trust isn't there.
Yeah.
But that's you could meet a genuine guy, out here in the street just doing his job. You know what I mean? But don't sit there and tell me ain't no good guys out there. Yeah. Because everybody that you come across, you shooting them down. Yeah. And then they look at you, girl, he a punk, or he soft, you want the rude boy, and this, and and to each his own. Do you, boo? I ain't mad at you. But you sit up here and then you turn 45, 50, 55 years old, and next thing you know, you settle in for a brother that would give you headaches back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But we have to really break that cycle, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's some genuine brothers and sisters out there too. You know.
Outside of relationships, let me ask y'all this.
Well,
Outside of being in a relationship with a woman, I mean, I'm just making sure everybody here on that.
Right.
I don't know what y'all do when y'all ain't around.
yeah,
Y'all.
go ahead,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
He just looked at me like I ain't even playing into
I'm
that.
not doing it.
But outside of that relationship as being like, you know, y'all together or something, do you feel like the respect for just each other is so low that it prevents any kind of growth as far as in these relationships? Because you already, the respect level, like it's some men I know personally that just feel like women here to serve us. Like that's it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got women, I know women that feel like, you know, we here to do it all. Which some brothers don't mind that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if everybody got a
A value system.
a preference, you know what I'm saying? Where
Sure.
they, you know, like they might, you might try to be with a woman and you gave her all you got, and she still said, "Well, that ain't enough for me." Is she wrong for that? Because what you gave is all you honestly
Yeah.
gave her it all, but
Yeah.
it just might not be her standard of what she wants.
So she's like ungrateful.
I'm not,
Not
but
ungrateful.
can you say that though?
No, I wouldn't say because everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, where do we get back to the loving each other first is just people? Like, how do we get to that point before we even get to trying to be in relationships with others? Like, cause it's low, bro. Just looking in this group, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I just be looking like, damn, it's
They be
some
saying
hurt
something.
brothers out here,
They
man.
be
Like,
saying- I be like, dang, bro, you really feel
like, yeah,
that?
like brother yesterday, bro, he spoke in all caps. I was like, what the
Maybe you
And
need to
don't let
separate
and
yourself.
not let a woman respond.
Wow.
They jump on them real quick.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
I don't even know if I'm able to, like, a lot of things on there I'm not qualified to even respond to because I know it's gonna be dirty. You know what I'm saying? So I keep scrolling. But at the same time, I look at it like us as just a people, man. We are in so much, like you said, we are in so much pain that we might go into these relationships for one reason, and everything that you need to be in for, you ignore.
Exactly.
And so it's wrong coming into it.
Yeah, you definitely have to clean your house first. I know for me, what I found that helped me, that self-reflection
Right.
is hard, but you have to look at yourself and say, well, you know, you could have reached out a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't like talking on the phone, but if you was interested in her, you could have talked to her every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to look at that for myself and say I got to put forth that effort and extend that same. Like, if I'm gonna give you a clean palate when you walk in the door, give me a clean palate.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear something that you put on me that happened to you prior, I need to question you about it right then and there.
Yep.
Let's nip this in the bud now. But I know old Sean, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have sat back and chill and be like, "Oh, she on that bull." And then when about 3 other times it pop up, then I done bought the whole
Yep.
Right.
situation, and now we in a full blown argument. No, let me address it as soon as it come up.
So communication.
There you go.
Yeah. I think communication was a little bit. Well, I used to say communication is the key, which is cool, but I think I came to the conclusion that transparency is the key.
Okay.
Because you can communicate and be capping and be bullshit.
Right. That's for real.
But if you're being transparent, it's like this is what
This
I
is what
think.
it
This
is.
is how I feel.
Yeah.
So if and when something happens in 2 months, it's like, well, you know what? I told you that's how I felt about that situation,
Right.
or I told you that's how I feel when this happens. You know what I'm saying? Because when you communicate, and then a thing, you know, what a lot of guys do, at least with me, I know, we'll have these conversations, we'll have arguments with our spouse, but we have it in our heads
There
50,000
you go.
times.
Yeah. Practicing.
He's practicing, and we'll let it build up.
Right.
It's weird that you say that. We read this book, Four Agreements,
The fork, yeah.
and he talk about that. Like you will hold somebody, judge and jury, 50 million times, and you already did it once.
Yep.
Right.
And so you bringing up that negative energy time and time again.
Every time
you address it. That's something that a lot of us need to look at, man.
Yep.
That's something a lot of us need. 4 Agreements, book club. Matter of fact, don't even worry about it. We done with that book. We moving on.
You know that.
Don't even worry about it. It's a good book, though. You
That's
should
a
read
great
it.
book, man.
Yes,
I
it
said I'm
Absolutely.
just gonna buy some copies and hand it out.
I ain't buying nobody nothing. It's on Amazon for like $7.
That's it.
You can go and do it.
I like the book. I want people to have it.
Yeah.
They need it.
Direct them to it.
Or go to YouTube. It's on YouTube as well.
Right.
Man, I just started reading it.
It's a good-
My
very good
therapist
read.
told me to read it like Friday.
Oh,
Really?
Tuesday.
Yo,
Tuesday.
Wow.
Yo, we gotta get you involved in the book club. bro.
Gotcha. I'm in
We
there.
gotta get you involved in the book
He gonna
club.
put some heavy stuff in that book.
I mean,
club.
that's why he hit him.
Yeah, he read.
Yeah,
He read
I-
that.
Like,
I still
bro,
gotta order that book. That
We
you
try to
sent
keep
me.
these books under 200 pages, bro. What is that?
But you know what though, a good read. Then I'm gonna keep going back to the "We Are Not Yet Equal." It's a good book because it's a good, easy read and it's interesting. Once you start reading about these facts and especially for Black people, and I don't want to shift the conversation too much.
Oh no, do
you
it, bro.
good.
Yeah.
But with the book, it's an easy read. It's a lot of facts. It tells a great story, and when it comes to systematic oppression, white supremacy, systematic racism, it gives you examples. Because we had a book club for that book, and it was white people that was like, "Wow, Mike, I didn't know that Abraham Lincoln was really like this."
Oh yeah, he
I
was.
didn't
Yeah.
know, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know that this happened and that happened. So it's an amazing read, and it gives you ammunition when you're here talking to these white folks
people.
about racism and systematic racism, because it gives you examples. Because a lot of people don't even really know what it looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a dope book.
I think we need to give more to each other too, because I think that's why we don't push
Right.
it as much. Because when
Right.
you read that and you get the realism of it, you want to share that
Exactly.
and give it to other people so they can give it to their people. And,
Exactly.
All right.
You know,
Imagine if we supported each other like people support Sports Center,
Man. Yeah.
House of Wives, or whatever the show called. Imagine if we got behind each other in the way of, yo, that brother, that sister over there trying to do, like Stacey Abrams got behind
Yeah.
what she needed to do to get this thing done. Imagine if we did what Killer Mike do.
Yeah.
Is getting behind whatever he got going on in Georgia to make it happen.
Yep.
Yep.
And they keep it moving, and they always popping up doing something. They always doing something. Yeah, we got to support each other more.
And share this information. Like
Oh yeah, man, that's that stuff everywhere.
when you get these nuggets, get these jewels, share it.
Yeah, pass it along. Pass it along.
Absolutely.
Don't pass books. Pass the knowledge and let them read the book. Yeah, we ain't passing no books, bro. Nah, I do because it showed you how bad you want it. I'm gonna show you the book.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you where you can get it. That's all you gotta do. I didn't give you everything, Just go get the book, bro.
It's funny you said that. One of our homeboys, y'all know who we talking about, but he was shooting. He said he wanted to get into photography, and he followed this guy that was real good in photography.
Yeah.
So he went to the guy and said, "Hey man, I'm trying to get in." Blah blah blah. Dude said, "Get out my face." He said, "When you get a camera, you come holler at me. Get out my face. I ain't telling you nothing." And he was hurt. He was like, "Man, why you so rude? This and that, blah blah blah." But he said that didn't stop me. It made me want to drive and push first. So he said he got his camera, he got his stuff going, boom boom. He ran into the dude again, and he was like, he didn't even want to approach him because he said he was an asshole to him the first time. But he told dude, "Yeah, I got such and such and such." He said, "All right, you ready?"
Yeah.
He said, "I wasn't finna give you all the stuff."
Yeah, you can't give them everything.
Yeah, you got to want it for yourself. And when I see that you want it for yourself and you out here getting it, then I'm going to come on and hold your hand then.
Yeah, me and Rodney remember we was having that conversation about the gym.
Yeah.
And I said, ain't nothing wrong with helping somebody, but I ain't gonna hold your hand all the way through the session. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the best time to get focused when a door slams in your face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes that definitely helps you out.
Yes, it does.
So don't take it always as a negative. You know.
Wow. It's funny when we were talking about what we need to do as far as opening up the communication with women better. Do you think we talk about, as men, our insecurities as much as we should?
No, man ain't doing that.
Negative.
We should, but we ain't doing it.
Right.
You gotta really, brothers. We trust each other. We trust each other in the positive. When you show that weakness,
Yeah.
that's a whole different thing. You really gotta you trust in who you talking to. Like, and some people, I mean, that goes father, uncle, brother.
Right.
Like,
Deep.
you really gotta know
Yeah.
in your heart, like, I'm about to tell this person something,
Right.
and they gonna take my best interest before they answer.
Yeah.
You know, or you know what I'm saying, they just gonna make sure they give me what they think I need versus, you know, because some of us got rotten friends, man.
We got a bunch of yes men.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bruh.
You'll be out here wilding.
Right.
Yeah, homeboy, you good?
So you know, we definitely gotta like, let's go back to what I was talking about, the relationships.
Yeah.
Gotta find that trust and that love for each other
Yeah.
before anything else can transpire, bro.
And then we were raising our sons, and then the people, the guys that we mentor, we need to be able to tell them, hey, you can talk to me, or you can talk to someone.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to want to be vulnerable if you want to grow.
Right.
Because if not, it's going to eat you up.
Yeah.
And you're going to have these problems in every relationship until it's fixed. You know what I'm saying?
And if a brother got an issue, man, don't be afraid to go recap it with him. Man, you
Yeah.
you straight? Like,
Right.
you know, just
Right.
call him, just let him know if you care about him,
Yeah.
show him, man. Because man, that makes him more comfortable to open up to you.
Right.
You know, go ahead, Crespo.
I know what I'm saying. What would be the most common insecurities amongst men?
Physical. Absolutely physical. Money, okay.
Yeah, financial will be one.
Yeah,
Finances.
but I think
Finances.
everybody has a
Insecure.
certain look they always wanted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And when you see that look walk by you on somebody else's body,
Not
you
this
like,
guy.
oh,
Yeah.
I ain't never had that. Right?
yeah. I mean, not him, but you know what I'm saying. But
Supermodel over here.
between
Yeah.
you want to see a strong man. I mean, he's comfortable in his own skin,
Yeah.
Right.
and he got a little money in his pocket.
Right.
Everything else he don't care about, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's them the main two, I think, when it comes to us as men. And that's all men, white, black. Every morning you get up and look in that mirror.
Yeah.
And you look at that body. You ain't looking at that
Right.
mirror like, okay, good morning. You like, God damn, I need to tighten up a little bit.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I always tell men, hey, if you look down and you can't see the whole thing,
It's a
hey,
problem.
man, it's time you get in the gym, bro. It's
Got
walking
that
on
Dunlap.
something. You know what I'm saying? You
Got
know,
Crunches.
time to watch that diet. Can't have that cupcake at 12 at night. You know what
Some
I'm saying?
women say they like the bellies though.
Yeah, how long they want you around though? That's what I was saying. And that's an issue too, man. Like,
Right.
and I noticed it, and I ain't bashing nobody.
Sure.
You know, I want everybody to live a long time. Let me say that first. But when we see heavier people, plus size models, plus size on men and women,
Sure.
are we encouraging bad health by just saying, "Oh, girl, you look beautiful," you know, and all that? Why aren't we saying you're beautiful, right? But on the health side of it, are you healthy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the outer shell, oh man, because you know some brothers like, you know, larger women like you said, like men with guts and all that. But are we saying, yo, on the health side of it, are you healthy? That's a conversation that we all can have. You know what I'm saying? But it'll never get touched because you know why? Somebody's ego will always come into play, and they'll think you talking about them instead of caring about them.
Be offended quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You have to be very delicate in how you
Yeah.
place them words.
Man.
And your tone.
Like they'll flip it
yo,
back on.
That's what you got to practice in the shower for
Yes.
3 nights.
That's got to be a perfect delivery, bro.
Right. You got to practice that.
And you know, and a lot of people they hear you, and in your face they might, I am trying to do my thing, but you really hurt their feelings, but you didn't mean to. And I think, like you said with the delivery, that if you show them like, yo, I'm only here because I care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for a woman to say, oh, I like him with his gut. Yeah, but when he's 60 and he got that gut, that blood pressure through the roof,
Exactly. Because
like cholesterol, like
Yeah.
you like the outer shell. That's what attracted your eye. But that if you want him around, you got to make sure he's working on that inside too.
that's a real thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a real thing. And I guess this goes back to what I was saying earlier. One of the things that we were taught wrong is our diet.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we were taught the exact opposite of what we should be doing and what we should be eating. And then we know that America has an obesity problem.
Absolutely.
And I think that a lot of the average people, what we do is we underestimate the definition of obesity. Like we think obesity is just just
Huge.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
Right.
not obesity.
Yeah.
Obesity is just your BMI, your
Body mass index.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can be looking like me in Orlando, and you can still be obese,
obese
based on how
based
tall I
on
am.
your
Right.
height.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like America, we have a problem with obesity because we think it's huge. However, we're still eating and we're still obese. And the thing about the technology now is, depending on how obese you are, a doctor can tell you how many years you can take off of your life.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Like, that's how crazy it is.
Oh,
So to your point, like, if I love my spouse and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I would rather spend 20 years versus 15 years.
Right. Absolutely.
I would rather spend 40 years with you versus 20 years with you. So if
Right.
if I can do something that's going to help you be here with me a little longer, I want to do that.
right.
And then I'm gonna give you another example in regards to how do we change it. Sometimes it might take a little fear, and I'll give you why. I had a big homie about 5 years ago. He passed. His name was D-Mac. When I changed my diet up and I stopped eating a lot of meats and just started eating healthier, I saw how much it improved and it helped my life. So I started telling all of my friends and family, I tried these vegan cookies. I stopped eating this and I started eating that because I wanted to help them. So I was telling D-Mac, and D-Mac was your average 50-year-old black man to eat what he didn't want to eat. And he's like, yeah, Mike, I got you. I'm going to change. And mind you, D-Mac had a 2-year-old. He was 51, had a 2-year-old. And he just got married.
Wow.
So long story short, D-Mac ended up passing about 5 years ago. So it's all about how you can sort of work the conversations, because in essence, I was trying to help D-Mac with his diet.
Right.
But what ended up happening is, food is the biggest addiction.
Right.
That is the number one biggest addiction that is our food. So in essence, because of his selfishness,
Right.
he left his daughter
Right.
at 3 years old.
See what I'm saying?
And he left his wife a widow because of his selfishness.
For food.
Like, it's so crazy, bro. When this whole COVID thing was starting to pop, they were saying BMI was
Right.
on the list.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was.
Like, you start thinking like, what? But that was one of the things on the list at the job, of course.
Yeah.
That
Right.
they were saying you can get out of here for that.
Like for high risk.
Yeah, you're high risk. At that point, man, like, and I ain't saying nobody's perfect. I don't believe me, I don't eat right all the time.
Yeah.
I
Right.
do have drinks, I do smoke cigars. So I'm not sitting here beating nobody over the head, because I'm working on myself as well. But I do go to the gym 5 days a week. I at least get my heart rate up for half an hour, at least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want people to be more conscious of how long they want to live versus the living they doing now. Because we all, the social media thing got us, man. Where we see what's in front of us, and we cool with that for that moment. What about the moment 10 years from now?
Right.
Like, that's the one you need to be thinking about, because what you do now,
Yep.
you thought about 3 years ago. It just starting to happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything you do in life right now, it was already planned for you to do that. Let's start thinking of down the line.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's heavy.
That food is crazy.
And
many
the
discussions.
support systems everywhere, man. I just want people to be here a while, dog.
I feel
You
you.
know what I'm saying? My father died at 41.
Yeah.
I'm 42.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? I outlive my old man, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's things like that is a constant reminder to me. Like, yo, when I was coming to my 40s, I wasn't hyped, because I'm like, yo, my dad only made it to 41. Like, am I gonna make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was going through my head. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to be, people dying younger, man. And this COVID thing got a lock on people, man, where somebody that was supposed to live until they was 90,
Right.
they leaving us in their 50s. What's my man, Eric Jerome Dickey just died.
Yeah.
He was 57. Like, 57 is, you remember, we thought we was younger. 57 was an old man.
Yep.
Yep.
And now if you get to 50 and they still calling you a baby.
Right.
So, I mean, I just want people to do better, man.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
And reprioritize. Somebody told me this years ago. You have to treat your body like your car. Like how did it say? It's, a guy, he took his son to a car lot at 16 and told him to pick out any car in the lot. But he said, keep in mind, whatever car you pick, this will be the only car you will have for the rest of your life. So be careful when you pick this car. Then after you pick the car, you have to maintain this car because this is the only car you will ever get.
Yeah, this is it.
So with that being said, once you get this car, in 3 years when it's time to buy some tires, you're not gonna buy the cheap tires.
You're gonna get time.
You're gonna try the good tires. When it's putting gas in it, you're gonna put good gas in your car.
That's right. Great analogy.
Exactly. We need to treat our bodies like it's that car because it is the only one you're going to get. You have to treat it just like your vehicle.
Absolutely.
And we treat our cars better than we treat ourselves.
Yo, that's crazy, but it's so real.
And people will say, eating healthy is too expensive. Nigga, compared to what? are you not worth it?
Surgery is
you
expensive.
not worth it?
Right, that's real.
Surgery expensive.
Surgery expensive.
Like, I'm worth paying an extra $2 for these bananas. I'm worth it.
You know, it's so funny. Me and my homeboy 6ix9ine was having this conversation the other day about boots, about work boots. Like we'll spend $200, $300 on some Jordans. Exactly. You might wear them twice a year, but you will go to Walmart and get some $40 boots that you go wear every day.
Feet
like your feet is beat down. Like you got to do better.
And that's
worse than foot pain.
That's exactly so that your foot pain is going to your back.
Yeah.
You messing your whole body.
Yo, you know who the advocate for that?
Who?
Nickel City Flex. Yo, this guy, hey man, I got my boots on. I be looking at the boots like they good. Obviously they not. Flex he gets some boots every $3.
Oh wow.
He don't play with the feet, dog.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him. That's funny.
Yeah, your body is your temple, man.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
He said we treat our cars better than we treat.
Great analogy.
Yeah, I wash my car once a week. I probably bathe about once a week too.
Oh, hell no.
It smell like it. Let's get out of here, man.
Hey people, man, we had to keep it real today, y'all. I'm glad y'all was with us and y'all stick with us because you know what? We just had another book club meeting.
It wasn't their fault this time. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to who else was in there? Ella. Miss Ella was in there.
Kim.
Miss Crespo was in there. Flex. Somebody we missing. Chuki was in there. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that joined us for the book club. I'm blaming the password. Zeros and O's, man. I'm blaming the password.
O is perfect circumference. A 0 is a little narrower.
You looking at that screen at 8 o'clock at night? They all look the same.
Yeah, it look the same. I'm out there in 30-degree weather.
Right.
I run in, I try to get in. I was like,
it ain't working.
It ain't working.
Where you at?
But thank Miss Nia Myrick for recommending that book, even though she wasn't in the meeting, because she's from Ohio and they don't really have no manners. I'm gonna say that. But no, that was a great selection, and thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Unbelievable. Well, you a piece of work.
From Ohio, bro. You know, I don't rock with the people. Go Blue.
Mike.
Oh man,
appreciate you, brother.
Hey, again, thank you guys. I'm truly humbled to be here and have another conversation with y'all, man. For real.
Thanks a lot.
It was a must for you to be here for this one. I didn't want to have nobody else up in here. So.
Oh yeah, man! I requested it for this.
Yeah, you did.
I had to.
Ooh, I can't wait to show y'all. Something in a minute.
Hey man, let the folks know where they can reach you.
You know what? You guys can check me out, freshdivision.com. Just Fresh Division, FREZH Division. I'm everywhere. Shop with me. I thank you in advance.
Oh well.
We waiting for the break now.
Check this out before we get out of here, man. It's a quote from this guy. I be actually looking at a lot of his quotes. He's a very intelligent guy. Henry David Thoreau as well. I'm gonna say his name is. Excuse me if I got it wrong. But he said the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it.
Wow.
And I'm gonna leave with that.
You be sounding real insightful when we leaving. Why you be waiting till we leaving?
And then the mics go off and I'm like, yeah, you mother.
Hey, it's Colin Park,
Afro Rican.
I am the one and only 18th.
Hey, we love y'all, man. We see
go.
you.